She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, Part 12. Chapter: Inspiring Care, Love, and Investment. The Sovereign Seductress, this concluding masterclass, integrates the physiological and psychological peaks of human connection. To bewitch a man through intimacy is to master the delicate balance between giving and receiving, between biological programming and conscious play. By understanding the hormonal landscape of the body and the mechanics of your own pleasure, you become an unforgettable source of bliss. True seduction is not a service performed for another. It is a radiant state of being, where your own fulfillment becomes the most intoxicating force in the room. The chemistry of attachment, the oxytocin surge. In the realm of deep intimacy, oxytocin is your most powerful ally. Known as the bonding hormone or the molecule of devotion, oxytocin is released in massive surges during prolonged physical contact, hugs, and skin-to-skin intimacy. While social standards suggest a few hugs a day are sufficient for well-being, the professional seductress uses foreplay to trigger a hormonal flood. By extending the duration of touch, kisses, and rhythmic body contact, you literally enchant a man's nervous system. You are not just a lover, you are the source of his deepest sense of security and attachment. This chemical bond is the secret spell that anchors his heart to yours long after the lights go out. Overcoming the fear of the mercantile. One of the most profound barriers to a man's devotion is a woman's fear of appearing mercantile. This fear inadvertently suppresses a fundamental human truth. Every healthy person possesses a primal drive to be the architect of another's happiness. This is the hero instinct. When you allow a man to invest in you, you give him the psychological gift of significance. Relinquishing the pay-for-myself reflex is the first step in re-establishing this flow. Reaching for your wallet sends a signal of distrust. Instead, view his investment as a bridge to intimacy rather than a transaction of obligation. Training generosity through selective fragility. Seductive mastery requires the transition from self-sufficiency to selective fragility. In the modern landscape, fragility is a superpower that activates a man's primal mammoth hunter instincts. This is not about being helpless. It is about being feminine enough to let him be masculine. Use the little girl technique, leveraging somatic triggers like resting your head on his chest or sitting on his lap when making a request, to melt his resistance. By ceding the expert role to him in areas like technology or logistics, you provide him with a status boost and a protective warmth that compels him to provide. The art of the request, command versus connection. Men are biologically wired to resist orders, but psychologically driven to respond to requests for help. Replace the imperative tone with enchanting connection. Instead of "go wash the dishes," try, "Darling, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I can't do this without your help. Please help me, my king." Reframing a chore as nightly service changes the reward system in his brain. Furthermore, reinforce this behavior with erotic gratitude, signaling that his support makes you feel cherished and radiant, which you will happily celebrate in the bedroom later. Aspirational reframing and the gift anchor. When a desire feels out of reach, use aspirational reframing. Rather than saying something is too expensive, say, "I would love that so much, it's truly amazing. If you ever want to give me a dream gift, this would be the one." This provides him with a roadmap to your heart. When he does give, even if the gift is not your style, celebrate the intention. A man chooses a gift because he visualized you wearing or using it. Wear it with pride to a restaurant and anchor the experience with love. Later, you can guide his taste through accidental discovery, sending him photos of what you truly desire to ensure his future wins. Direct communication and the law of mutual exchange. The final frontier of influence is direct intentionality. Because men do not navigate the world of subtext, you must abandon the subtle hint and embrace the direct request, framed through consequence marketing. This involves telling him not just what you want, but the sensory reward he will receive as a result. If you pass a flower shop, say, "I want to smell roses so much." If you pick out a bouquet for me, imagine the scent filling our room tonight while I have my way with you. By transforming a material object into an erotic promise, you offer an emotional ROI, return on investment, that a man cannot refuse. The master's feedback loop. To transform a man into a consistent provider, you must master the peak reaction. A behavior rewarded with high-intensity positive emotion is guaranteed to be repeated. When he brings a small token, offer delirious delight, a surge of uninhibited joy that makes him feel like a giant. This should be followed by a seductive exchange, a reciprocal trade of pleasure. Whether it is a therapeutic massage, his favorite dish, or uninhibited oral intimacy, make sure he understands that his care leads directly to your most passionate expressions of love. The final sovereign code, You are no longer a woman who waits for love. You are a woman who commands the frequency of her reality. By shifting the financial stewardship to him, cuddling up at the checkout, or handing him the utility bills with trust, you treat his provision as a heroic feat rather than a mundane duty. Whether through the restroom trick at a high-end restaurant or the post-coital travel trance to inspire future trips, you use every moment to paint a picture of power in his mind. The oath of the enchantress. I will never devalue myself. I will always be the architect of my own pleasure. I will receive with grace and give with passion. I am a sovereign seductress, and my world is a reflection of my own radiant power. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain can be found at wishforlove.org.